with his sharp combinations, but more renowned for the heart and guts the little Arthur Daly, car showroom dealer of the game, has shown. He's taken a year out after a memorable battle with South African Simon Ramoni. Knockdowns apiece and a hospital bed for Mullings with broken ribs and a fractured spleen. How has he recovered? Now 30, he rebuilds against a Russian we've seen once or twice before here, one Alexander Tiranov. The southpaw in the black trunks, Mullings, coming back after nearly a year out. He's had a great deal of talent in the past, Mullings.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's title class. He should have been boxing for a title tonight. I'm sure he's a little bit disappointed, but to be honest, maybe a little 6 rounder with nothing at stake might just recharge the batteries for Patrick. I mean, his last 5 fights have been title fights, every one a tough one. So maybe a little bit of bad luck, if you like, turned into good luck. Let him get a little tool sharpener, just relax, get a win on the card.
Yes, there was a time when they were wheeling Mullings out almost every other week for hard title fights. Appeared in so many 12-rounders. He's being backed up here by Tiranov. He'll be rusty, Mullings, but he's always worked well off the back foot with his quick counters and sharp uppercuts inside. He can really box, Mullings. As Jim says, was to fight Michael Aldis in this very ring tonight for the British super bantamweight title. He's come in just above the featherweight limit. Aldis pulled out. Probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, I think it's a blessing in disguise, maybe.
Good fast right and a left hook. Exploding on Tiranov there, who partially covered it with his gloves. He can be destructive, Mullings. He blew Frankie Leroy away like this. And the power is starting to tell. Tiranov just taking a backward step, and Mullings looking extremely sharp for a man who's been out for so long.
Well, I worried about his enthusiasm here when the title fight had fallen through. But no, this is lovely. Good, sharp start. Lovely defensive boxer.
Tiranov moves in with a couple to the body, with the added power and speed with Mullings. Now 30 years of age, Patrick, but he did start late. Hasn't overcommitted himself to anything, and he's boxed very sensibly in that first round. The new team for Patrick Mullings: Johnny Eames from the TKO stable, Ricky English holding the bucket, and Mick Williamson there. And there's the record: 22 wins in 28 fights. Most of the defeats have come in title class. But here's the former Commonwealth featherweight champion and British super bantamweight holder as well. He belongs in that level.
Yeah, you can see the nice technique he has here, just head moving from side to side and just pinning Tiranov on the jab. That punch shook him up a little bit, but Tiranov is tough. Just got the hand round about the chin, quite rightly so. Nice first round from Patrick Mullings.
I really like watching Patrick Mullings when he's boxing well. It's a joy. Here's the second round. That new team a little slow to leave the corner. Featherweight competition here. Alexander Tiranov from St. Petersburg in Russia, having his 19th fight. He's won 7 in the white trunks, up against the black boots and black shorts a la Mike Tyson. Manchester's Jamie Moore wears the same garb as Patrick Mullings from Harrow, the little super bantamweight, who's went in at 9 1¾ here. This non-title affair.
Well, Tiranov is pushing Mullings round in a clockwise direction, what you want to do with a southpaw. He's managing that, but that's about the only success. He's not really landing anything yet.
Tiranov just trying to tie Mullings up, but the man from Harrow just finding room. He can be outworked, Mullings. Drew Docherty, a very fired-up Drew Docherty, managed to do that in Peterborough when Mullings was dreadfully lazy in his first British super bantamweight defence. He can go to sleep, have lulls in fights.
Yeah, sometimes thinking, clever boxers, they like to take their time, they like to work things out, and sometimes they can forget to keep the work rate up.
As clever as what he is, straight left hand there was sweet from Mullings. Comes in with the uppercuts, he throws punches from all different angles. Can be out-hustled by pressure when he's not working at his own pace. When he's in control, Mullings, he's the boss.
Tiranov is not really finding the target. Mullings is catching on his elbows, slipping the head shots with most of them. Boxing nicely.
Yes, he is boxing well. But the Russian applying the workload and having to eat up some of these very classy, crisp punches from Mullings, and he has to take account. Well, this is Patrick Mullings back to his best.
Well, that's the kind of knockdown, Adam, when you know the other fellow doesn't have a lot left, because he wasn't blasted to the floor. He had to go to the floor because he had nowhere else to go.
Well,
struggling badly.
Yes, Patrick Mullings is going for the finish. Tiranov had to come back with a couple there. He has to dig in now, the Russian, because these punches look hurtful. He gave Johnny Armour a hard affair, and Roy Rutherford. But if Mullings can land the combinations again, he will force the stoppage. Very tired-looking Tiranov slumps back to his stool. And breathing heavily there, the Russian.
That was a bad round for Tiranov. I mean, the punches he'd taken, they weren't knockdown punches, they were real good shots, but you can see there, I'll have to take a little respite here, get my breath back. Lovely, powerful shots, cleanly on the target. When he goes to work, he looks a different class to Tiranov. They're just picking the shots.
Well, we wondered how he would come back after that.
That was the second, or that one just, that shook the head from side to side. So Tiranov just wants to take a little break.
He's looking very sharp, Patrick Mullings. Tiranov has had a lot beaten out of him. Doesn't look confident there. Here's the third round. This time Patrick Mullings straight up on his feet, ready to continue battle with Alexander Tiranov from St. Petersburg, the 29-year-old. And Mullings looking to get his career rejuvenated and step back up to British title class. The move up to featherweight was probably wrong when he beat Eric Udamasi and lost to Scott Harrison. First defence of his Commonwealth belt, but that's a great right hand, and I think he'll be a force again at super bantamweight, Patrick. Just stumbles back there, Mullings, on the counter.
Landed there, I'll tell you what, punch landed there.
6, 7.
Well. He was all over Tiranov, and suddenly he's on his back.
It looked from here like the punch caught him in the forehead, maybe stunned him a little bit. But what a turnaround that was, because he was really producing good work.
Absolutely, and that was a terrific uppercut again from Patrick Mullings. I wonder if he was just slightly off balance or...
Well, I mean, no question, there was balance involved, but it was definitely a punch that put him over.
A shot knocked down for Mullings, but this time he's finished Tiranov, and that was explosive. Patrick Mullings did not get his British title shot tonight, but he has got a victory back in the ring after a year, and they're just tending to Tiranov, who fell heavily. There, the doctor just with him, he's talking, the Russian, and Igor Shaffer just with him, just making sure everything's fine, and Patrick ceases celebrations, obviously. Very, very good professional, Patrick Mullings. And the signs look okay at first, and we hope that Alexander Tiranov will be back on his feet very quickly.
Well, hopefully everything is all right with Tiranov, but you can see here, I thought the punch landed higher, but it didn't. Caught him on the chin. A definite knockdown, and to come back from that just shows you the quality of Patrick Mullings. Back he comes, whipping little uppercuts, then lovely right hook, beautiful punch.
Well, let's hope Alexander Tiranov's okay. He's being tended to at the moment. There's plenty of medical people around him. And
well, it was speaking when he landed. It looked as though he wanted to try and get up, and they kept him on the floor. So I hope everything we're seeing now is just a precaution.
yeah, there's a big smile on the face of the doctor who's in there. He was dealing with Paul Silky Jones about a month ago in this very ring. Silky, who was knocked down by Adrian Dodson, had to spend the night in hospital, but was fine, discharged himself in the morning. And Patrick Mullings will obviously be very, very happy. And Tiranov is starting to talk now, and I think they're going to move him up to his stool. That's excellent to see, because he fell heavily from the force of Patrick Mullings.
Well, now we can talk about the performance, Adam. Just
Good
as
win.
I said in the first round, yeah, just exactly what Patrick Mullings needs. A little break away from title fights when he has to give every last ounce. That was a nice little workout for him. Lovely boxing. He looked so well physically. Everything fell together nicely. That'll just build his confidence back again for when the British title fight is rescheduled.
Alexander Tiranov on his feet, and we can now applaud Patrick Mullings, who makes a successful return to the ring after that war last year with Simon Ramoni.